Hi all, welcome to my channel, My Art Journal. Today we will be making a beautiful crochet edging pattern around a handkerchief. For this project, I have used a few simple materials: a plain white cotton handkerchief, a colored cotton thread, a sharp head crochet hook and a pair of scissors. The details of all the materials that I have used are listed at the beginning of the video. Now let's begin by gently piercing the fabric with your crochet hook from any point along the edge of the handkerchief. Now tie the thread to the fabric with 2 to 3 small secured knots. This will anchor your thread firmly in place so the edging doesn't loosen as you continue working. Now pass your crochet hook into the same spot where you first pierced the fabric and gently pull up a loop. Following, we will pass the crochet hook through the thread that's tied to the fabric. Let the hook slide under it smoothly. This will give you 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops to make a neat single crochet here. Now slide your hook through the single crochet stitch we just made below and pull up a loop. You will have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through both the loops to create a single crochet on the top of single crochet. This stacks one stitch neatly over the other, giving us a clean, secure starting point as we begin our journey here. Now yarn over and pull up a loop by gently piercing the fabric. Make this stitch close to the previous one. Leave just a tiny bit of space so the edging stays neat. You will now have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over again and pull through remaining 2 loops. This will complete a double crochet stitch. In the same way, we will make our next double crochet stitch. Yarn over, then insert your hook by gently piercing the fabric and pull up a loop. We will pierce the fabric to make the stitch close to the previous one. Once you pull up a loop, you will have 3 loops on the crochet hook. Yarn over, pull through first 2 loops. Yarn over again, pull through remaining 2 loops. This completes our double crochet stitch again. Similarly, we will make the next double crochet stitch close to the previous stitch. This completes our 4th double crochet stitch in a row. In the same way, we will make the 5th double crochet stitch, placing it close to the previous one. After we finish making these 5 double crochets in a row, we will make chain 1, chain 2, chain 3 and chain 4. After completing 4 chains, we will now flip the fabric over to the other side, turning it from left to the right side. This will help us position the work correctly so that we continue crocheting along the edge smoothly. We now have 5 double crochet stitches here. Skip the first 4 double crochet stitches and we will go directly to the 5th double crochet stitch here. From this 5th stitch, we will make a front post slip stitch. So slide your hook around the post of the stitch from the front and pull up a loop and slip it through the loop on your hook. Then make 1 chain. Flip the fabric back to its front side, turning it from left to right so that we continue working on the right side of the handkerchief again. As you can see, we have now created a small ring shaped space right on the top of the cluster of these double crochets. This little opening is where we will be working now. Let's yarn over and make a double crochet stitch right into the ring we just created. Work the double crochet stitches by inserting the hook into this ring. Double crochet 1, double crochet 2, double crochet 3, double crochet 4, double crochet 5, double crochet 6, double crochet 7. After making these 7 double crochets inside the ring, we will move on to the next stitch. Now make the next double crochet by piercing the fabric, just like we did earlier. We have completed our first double crochet stitch by piercing the fabric now. In the same way, make the second double crochet stitch, placing it close to the previous stitch. Next, make the third double crochet stitch by piercing the fabric and placing it close to the previous stitch. Then continue to make the fourth double crochet stitch in a row, all by gently piercing the fabric just like before. Now we will make 4 chains. Chain 1, chain 2, chain 3 and chain 4. At this stage, flip the fabric to the other side, turning it from left to right. Here you can see the cluster of 4 double crochets just below. We are going to skip all the 4 of those stitches and move on to the 5th double crochet stitch from the previous group. Now in this double crochet stitch, we are going to make a front post slip stitch. So insert your hook around the post from the front, sliding it all the way from the front to back. Then pull up a loop and slip it through the loop on the hook to complete the slip stitch. Make 1 chain and then flip the fabric back to the front. You will now be able to see clearly the ring that we just created, and this is where we will continue working next. Let's start making the double crochet stitches into this ring. Double crochet 1, double crochet 2, double crochet 3, double crochet 4, double crochet 5, double crochet 6 and double crochet 7. Now make the next double crochets by piercing the fabric just like we did before. So insert your hook through the fabric and make the double crochet. So double crochet 1, double crochet 2 by piercing the fabric, double crochet 3, pierce through the fabric again and double crochet 4. Make all double crochets in a row by piercing through the fabric, placing each stitch close to the previous one. Now make 4 chains, chain 1, chain 2, chain 3 and chain 4. This is the stage where we are going to flip the fabric to the other side. We will now create a ring on top of these double crochet clusters, forming a small space for our next step. We will skip these 4 double crochets and move ahead to the 5th double crochet from the other group. To make a front post slip stitch in this double crochet stitch, slide your hook from the front to the back around the post of this stitch. Then pull up a loop and slip that loop through the loop on the hook to complete your stitch. Chain 1 and then flip the fabric back to the front side, turning it from left to right. So you can continue working into that ring and keep the pattern flowing neatly. Let's make the double crochet stitches into this ring now. Double crochet 1, double crochet 2, double crochet 3, double crochet 4, double crochet 5, double crochet 6 and double crochet 7. After making the 7 double crochets into the ring, we will now make the double crochets by piercing the fabric. Double crochet 1, pierce the fabric and pull up a loop. Double crochet 2, place it closer to the previous stitch. Double crochet 3 and double crochet 4. I hope you have understood the pattern so far and feeling comfortable with the repeats. Let's continue crocheting all the way to the corner. Keep the same pattern going. Meet me there because there's a small change at the corner that I want to show you. For the corner stitch, we will make 4 double crochets just like before. But here, the stitches will be placed very close to each other to keep the corner curve neat and well shaped. After making the first double crochet, the second double crochet goes right beside the previous stitch, keeping the spacing tight. Now for the third double crochet, insert your hook into the exact same spot where you made the second stitch. This helps the corner turn smoothly. And then make the fourth double crochet just beside the previous one to complete the cluster. This will form a clean rounded corner. Let's make 4 chains now. chain 1, chain 2, chain 3 and chain 4. Now flip the fabric to the other side and make a front post slip stitch as we do. Make one chain and flip the fabric back to the front side. Start making double crochets into this ring now. Double crochet 1, double crochet 2, double crochet 3, double crochet 4, double crochet 5, double crochet 6, double crochet 7 and double crochet 8. Here we have made 8 double crochets instead of usual 7 that we make in all other rings. Because this is a corner, adding an extra stitch helps the edge curve neatly. If your corner needs a sharper turn, you can adjust it by making 8 or 9 double crochets, depending on how tightly your fabric curves or how tight is your tension. Now we will start making double crochets by piercing the fabric directly, just like before. Since these stitches sit right next to the corner, we will place them closer together. This tighter spacing helps the edge sit clean without any gaps or stretching. So the stitches at the corner as well as the stitches just before and just after the corner needs to be placed very close to each other. You can see how the corner stitches are worked very close together while the stitches along the edges have a little space between them. We will continue with the same pattern now. Make 4 chains, then flip the fabric over, work a front post slip stitch, make 1 chain, flip the fabric back to the front side and then make 7 double crochets into the ring that forms on the top. Please note, if you are making 9 double crochets in the corner ring, then try to make 8 double crochets in the rings just before and just after the corner. This small adjustment will help the flow of the pattern stay neat and the corner curve will remain smooth and the transition around the corner will look beautifully balanced. As we finish working the corner stitches and the stitches near the corner, we will go back to our usual pattern. Pierce the fabric and make your double crochets with a little space between each stitch, just like we did earlier along the straight edges. Following the same pattern, we will complete the rest of the edging around the fabric. Just make sure to follow the simple corner adjustment we learned earlier to keep the corner stitches before, at and after the corner closer together. When we reach the last spot for the final group of stitches, we will make 3 double crochets instead of usual 4. If you remember, at the very beginning we made 5 double crochets instead of 4 double crochets. So we have been carrying 1 extra stitch. Now we will use that extra stitch as our 4th double crochet here. This will keep the entire edging perfectly balanced and the pattern will flow smoothly. After making the 3 double crochets, we will now make a slip stitch into the 4th double crochet, that extra stitch that we carried from the beginning. This slip stitch will neatly close the final group and it will bring the edging together with the clean finish. So now insert your hook into the top of that double crochet stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Then pull that loop through the loop on your hook. This completes our slip stitch. Make 4 chains and then flip the fabric to the other side. Skipping the 4 double crochets beneath, we will make a front post slip stitch into the 5th double crochet from the other cluster group. Make 1 chain and then flip the fabric back to the front side. Now we will continue by making 7 double crochets into this ring, just as we usually do for our pattern. After we finish making 7 double crochets into the last ring, we will now make a slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet of the next group. Making a slip stitch into the first stitch of the next group slightly overlaps the pattern, and that's exactly what helps the design flow smoothly. This tiny overlap makes the edging look like one continuous line, so you can't tell where it began and where it ended. The transition becomes seamless and beautifully connected. Now snip off the thread, leaving a small tail so that we can secure it neatly at the back. Pull the thread, tighten the knot and gently secure your work in place. Now flip the fabric over to the back side and secure the thread with 2 to 3 small knots. Isn't it a beautiful edging pattern? Here, each cluster gently overlaps the next, creating a soft flowing rhythm all around the fabric. The way the stitches layer over one another forms a continuous elegant line. I made this edging pattern around a handkerchief, but you can work it around any fabric to instantly elevate its look. It sits beautifully along the edges of skirts, dresses, necklines, or sleeves of the shirt, tops, edges around the scarves, cardigans, or any other fashion garment. You can also add it to the tablecloths, throws, baby blankets, or full size blankets, or any other decorative items that needs a soft, elegant finish. It's a really versatile pattern. If you choose to apply the fabric glue, just add a tiny dab over the knots to keep them extra secure. I hope you loved the complete look of this edging pattern and found the tutorial easy to follow. If you have any questions or get stuck at any step, please feel free to ask me in the comments. I'll be happy to help you. I would also love to hear your feedback, so do share your thoughts below. And if you make this edging pattern using my tutorial, I would be so happy to see your creation. You can tag me on my Instagram handle. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. See you in the next one. Happy crocheting!